Red Dead 2, you say?
And I was immersed, dude. I was
Uh-huh.
a cowboy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I was
Okay.
an outlaw. I was
Okay.
about to rob a
Okay.
train
Okay.
before I was so rudely
Okay.
interrupted.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Wild West. Go fucking hunt some pigs or some shit. I don't know. All right, you got the notes. You got your notes and everything.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's start this fucking non-canon cast
Yeah.
that we've miserably been missing for a few months.
No, no, we haven't missed a single recording session. All these things they happened yesterday, all right? That's the story we're running with.
Those those we live inside an or in a fucking extra
Time
dimension.
warp. Yeah.
No, extra dimensional part of the universe where time
Yeah.
goes an hour, 2 months, basically.
Yeah, like everything all this happened yesterday, right? That's-
Okay, let's just fucking start this thing. Okay, so what are we talking about today?
well, if you looked at the things I sent you, you'll
Shit
notice
to talk about. That is a very interesting head title you made there.
yeah,
Cosmic Embers being canonized. Oh,
which
fucking
happened
boy.
yesterday. This happened. It was canonized yesterday.
Wait, are you being serious right now? Like, was it actually canonized yesterday
I'm,
or was it a few days ago?
I'm,
I forgot
no,
already.
it was a couple months ago, but no, it happened yesterday, right? We haven't missed a session.
Yesterday is just code word for it was like a few months ago.
Yeah.
I'm at the Cosmic Embers hub, and I gotta say, they really did the entire aesthetics of it really nicely.
Yeah, it's got little fucking like the lines you can see from the fucking
Like
yeah.
I'm not gonna I am super impressed by the theme and how
Yeah.
well it is done. Like they got
Yeah.
timelines, they got like an introduction, they got like samples of articles going from Act
Yeah.
1 to Act 3.
I've brought it up with Red, who helps run this a couple times, but I still hate how the timeline is backwards.
Yeah, now that looking at it right now, it looks a bit ridiculous,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, wait, did time go forward or backward?
Yeah. Also, tiny nitpick, right? If you
Mhm.
look closely, the lines in the background don't run over the words like they would on a display like this.
What do you mean?
Like if you look closely, right, the little lines, because it's supposed to look like a monitor, like an old-timey monitor, right?
Yes.
Uh, and so you see the lines, but the lines don't go over the words, they go under them.
Oh, you're referring to the static lines, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's whatever. Like, this is a tiny little nitpick, and I'm pretty sure it'd be a bitch to do in Wikidot anyway.
I mean, it's in terms of transparency, it's not too visible or not that
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a nitpick. It's not like a major thing. Have you read any CE articles?
Oh yes, I have actually.
Yeah.
I
Which ones?
motherfucking Planet Devourers, despite the fact that I had like a similar concept way before Cosmic Embers was canonized, which was hilarious.
Yeah. I read one of Datop's articles, Install Humanity, which was came under fire yesterday, not a couple months ago, yesterday.
Wait, why? Why did it came under fire? What was so?
Because there was apparently a comic which the concept of it was basically one-to-one.
Mm-hmm.
And so Datop was told to rewrite it, and he didn't, so it got taken down, even though it's still up on the hub.
Wait, which one is it?
Installed Humanity 424.
424.
Yep, you should see in the current year tab, which is the first one for some reason.
Installed humanity. I wonder.
Yeah, and if you click on it, nothing pops up. It was taken down. I also read Cosmic Randy by Some Fucking Leaf. That one was quite good.
Oh wait, no, it's gone. It's not on the main site anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because he was told to rewrite it. He never
You know
did,
what?
so-
I'm gonna tell Red right now. Red, I am in the middle of a podcast, and we're talking about your an article that is not supposed to
exist anymore.
to be there. Wait, can you hear the typing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good because I'm typing with heavy shift button with caps.
Now I'm just imagining like slamming down on your keyboard with like every key
You
strike.
little shit with an E at the end, so little shite.
I see this.
Please
This.
fix this before I upload the video. Joke's on you, I will upload the video anyway.
Okay, lovely.
He just said okay.
He just. All right, lovely, lovely.
424, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
The hub, please. Okay.
But yeah, Castle Grande was pretty good. There's some like rough parts of it, but like other than that, it's pretty solid. It's like a dude who like died, but then like an alien like basically created 12 clones of him who all believe they're the original. So now you have like 12 of the same dude just running around working for the fucking Rangers.
Because the article doesn't exist.
Yeah, Castle Grande's quite fun.
Yes.
I know the author Leaf, and to this day he insists that Castle Grande is the best CE article.
Which one?
Castle Grande.
Cosmic Randy, that one.
Yeah.
Description. Golf Romeo Papa 026 is an extraterrestrial race originating from the planet Pool C in the quadrants of 05, 07, 28, 1, 5, 8, 8, 9, 9, 1, 6, 6, 8, 0, and plus 16, whatever these coordinates are, is considered separate from the instances with... You know what's interesting? Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes, or dare I say, most, well, not most, like some of the GRP articles don't contain a containment protocol. They just go straight towards the description of it.
Yeah, like this article does containment all the way at the bottom. Everything else comes first. Which is an interesting idea.
Yeah, because the idea of like spatial anomalies that are super anomalous compared to what we have here on Earth is like crazy. So that means like means of containment of physical nature would be almost impossible most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I love the concept of like non-containment protocols of an article, despite the fact that there should be containment means of containing an anomaly.
Do you know a lot about CE?
Laba CE, which one's that?
Yeah. The Cosmic Embers, what we're talking about.
Elaborate. I'm sorry.
Like do you know like the setting, the...
Oh yes, the setting. Yes, I'm very familiar with it. Cosmic Embers was the result of like the planet Earth being doomed, and as a result, the authority and nations of government decided to abandon it.
Yeah, and there's also some stuff that happened before that, such as no gravity attack being public. So like space became more feasible and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Earth blew up, and now the CE is like space.
Was it 1969?
Yeah, that it blew up, and like now what's left of Earth is sort of in a cultural stasis of 1969.
That's
Which yeah.
Oh yeah,
like,
this was also during the space race, I think.
Yeah, and so like it's an interesting concept. So what are your overall thoughts on CE?
Okay, so my overall thoughts on the idea of Cosmic Embers, it is gorgeous. It is beautiful because, for one thing, it's a canon on its own that sadly isn't connected to the baseline as much as I wanted it to. It's one of the premises that really baffled me when I first heard about it, because the idea of abandoning Earth and the overall objectivity of making sure humanity becomes at will to survive just abandons it and just goes to space to explore the unknown, which is far more dangerous than many would have anticipated if once they have done that scenario.
I do like the concept of CE. There's some things about the settings which I'm not that big of a fan of, but that's more like a personal preference thing than
Like what exactly?
Uh, well, it's mostly due to the fact of like how it was pitched to me. Because when I first talked to Red about the setting, he called it Ray Punk. But over time, it went from Ray Punk to like it has the aesthetics of Ray Punk, but it's not Ray Punk
Right punk.
because Ray Punk's are like the sort of the pulp '60s comics where nothing's really explained.
Also, rape
It's
punk.
just
Also, rape punk features like weird sexualized women in outfits. Anyway, so yeah.
yeah, so like it has all the aesthetics of Ray Punk without fully committing to it because everything's hard science when Ray Punk lends itself more to soft science.
Right.
So it's just like it was more just like I was pitched one thing than given another, which sort of colored my view on it. I still write things for it. I'm like
Oh,
in the process of writing things for it.
refresh the page.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear noises in the background?
For a second I could. Now they're gone.
Like noises, like people talking.
At first I could, now I couldn't, and I'm assuming that's like.
For fuck's sake.
Well, now I can, so it's fine, and I can only assume that like that's your like victims in the basement.
No, it's
I mean,
it's a creature that I call a mother. Sadly.
uh, is that what you call like your writer slave? You haven't actually written an article in your life, like you just force. Yes.
Yes, I have a sibling that's very monstrous, very tempestuous of a creature that I call a sister.
I see.
Anywho,
Yeah.
so Cosmic Embers. Overall, the timeline, as a big fan of timelines and history, oh, I love history, Lord Jesus Christ. I think
You
it's
just
pretty.
not.
No, I did not. Not
Okay.
that was full on
Okay.
sarcasm of pleasure, joy, enjoyment. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Again, like you said earlier about the reverse timelines, like of the tabs. Like, yeah, it's a bit confusing, honestly, but I guess it makes sense to a degree. Yeah, Cosmic Embers. It's a space canon that I love, but it's also it's kind of a bit off-putting sometimes that it's not connected to the baseline as much as I wanted to, as I said previously.
Yeah, and that segues nicely into my next sort of talking point is would you recommend this to new readers, people who are like new to RPC and the
It really depends on on the preferences. Like, for example, if they say, "Oh, I'm into this X," or "I'm into these sort of X's," that would allow me to basically expand my creativity and so forth. And yes, I would recommend Cosmic Embers if they're into space and space shit.
yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't, mostly because it's just like instead of like swarming them with both baseline and CE, it'd be like, okay, this is baseline. This is how it works. It's like, what's the CE button in the corner? Ignore that for now. Let's get used to baseline first.
The idea of baseline is really the premise or the center of everything that the site runs on, the foundation of it, because we talked about this like in the previous two episodes previously
Which we
that
recorded yesterday.
yes, yesterday, Antdemon, yesterday.
Yes.
Um, the idea of a baseline is very fundamental to how the entire lore and canon is set for the RPC Authority. Without it, we'd be pretty much, like SCP, and then non-canon and crazy shit happening with people doing
Yeah.
whatever.
There's no canon.
Technically, if this is outside the baseline canon, this is non-canon.
I mean, it is a canon, just a canon to itself. It's not like the non-canon pages where there's no interconnectivity. It is more like,
But
you
is
know,
it? But wouldn't
it's like a spin-off.
Yeah, but I know that, but it's not connected to the baseline, so therefore it would technically be non-canon to the baseline.
Yeah, it's not canon to the baseline, but it's canon to itself. It is a self-contained canon. But yeah, so ultimately, like, I wouldn't recommend CE to like the newest of new readers because like I just don't want to swarm them. It's just like here's all
It's
the baseline shit. By the way,
it's
hope
really
you're ready for seconds because there's cosmic embers.
it's really dependable on the person, on the on their preferences, obviously. Because if they tell you what the type of shit they prefer, then you can give them the Cosmic Embers section. So
Is- it's not like it's not like how Better Call Saul's a prequel. It's more like a what if story.
The prequels.
The prequel. Technically, the prequel to Baseline would just be the Autoritas, wasn't it?
Autoritas impertas, yes.
Yeah.
Even I like even some words that are spoken in like different language. I just like stick to the proper pronunciations because I speak American English here, which is funny because I live in the British Isles, which we speak British
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. It's fine. American English is superior in every way anyway.
But like, here's the thing though. Whenever I'm out of the house, I just went from I mainly speak as American with pronunciations to as an Irish person with pronunciations.
Yeah, you know, like it's like when people join SCP and they're just like, where the fuck do I start? And then like you have to link them like a 12-page Google Doc.
It's not even a 12-page Google Doc. It's more so. Okay, so think of a door, right? There's this door, and you're the new guy, and you're the tour guide showing the new guy what SCP is like. You open that door, and then he asks, "Okay, so where do I go after this?" And then you just say, "It's up to you. It's up to you to interpret the journey of canon in your head canon, and so forth."
Yeah.
That's
And there's like a
literally
million doors.
literally that's literally what SCP's way of introducing people to their website, whilst RPC has like a more consistent strain of structure that many people like myself would like recommend like for me personally, rather than recommending the what RPCs is there to read, I show them more of the story, the premise of where the RPC authority is in our world, the past, the present, and most importantly, not the future, but rather how things are run around here. That's why personally I'm also writing like a journal. It's not a journal, it's more of a document that I call Dr. Pierson's Guide into the RPC universe, which is funny because it's a document about like a guide into what the RPC universe is, the history, this and that, and so forth. Yo, you dead? Ant. Hey, Ant. What the fuck? Ant!
Give me my goddamn internet, which I pay way too much money for every month.
How much do you pay for your internet?
Far too much.
1,200.
$2 million a day. But yeah, anyway. What were you talking about?
Okay, I forgot. So I was talking about working on an RPC document. Wait, oh my god, I don't want to repeat it now. Oh my god, I was talking to myself for the entire 5 minutes. Afterwards,
we could move on.
and I heard dead silence, and I was just like, wow, was he not impressed or something? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if I weren't impressed, I'd probably just insult you.
well, that, but also I think being quiet is just the most insulting, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was giving you the fluoride stare from across the pond.
You didn't like the idea. You were distraught by the idea of what it is.
Yeah, just like giving the fucking fluoride stare to my monitor, just
Okay,
staring at the
so do you remember what I was talking about at least?
Well, we were talking about CE, and then I cut out, and then like for 10 minutes,
No,
and then I came back.
No, exactly. What do you know what I was talking about exactly, word for word?
No, I don't.
Jesus Christ.
You want to move on?
I'm not repeating those 5 fucking
Yeah.
minutes. Goddamn.
Yeah, you want to move on?
Yeah. Actually, before we move on to something, I want to do a subplot for the Canon Cast today.
Subplot, okay.
Yes. What do you know about the Society for Containment Fiction?
Very little.
You're in the server, for God's sake.
Yeah, and I don't look at it.
Okay, but okay. In your own first impressions, what do you think the Society for Containment Fiction is, and what are your thoughts on it?
At first I was just like, this is neat, a fucking thing about containment fiction, like a magazine thing. I was like, this is cool. And then like and then I just kind of got bored, and I was just like, all right, well, time to play Red Dead 2, I guess.
You're playing it since yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, yes.
Okay, so the Society for Containment Fiction is a society dedicated to basically creating a genre term specifically for SCP, RPC, and any other websites relating to the idea of containment fiction, hence the term Society for Containment Fiction. They want to create containment fiction as its own specific genre for all websites relating to the aforementioned ones under this genre, of course, because the idea of science fiction being applied to these websites, it's not really consistent nor accurate, in my opinion, because all of these websites have one thing in common, and it's the idea around documenting and containing, in some sense, of anomalies in a format of a paper, in a document, actually, but yeah.
Yeah. Documents can be papers.
Yes. But,
Yes.
like, in my opinion, I think it's a great idea. I think generalizing SCP, RPC, Wayward, Backrooms, Liminal Archives, all of these under its own specific genre makes its own content, or like becomes its own unique thing within within the writing community, I guess.
Yeah. It's just a real shame that like outside of like the little niche of people who participate and read in it, it is unknown.
It is definitely, and it is the very idea that RPC SCP is a confic writing website / communities, because containment fiction, after all.
Yeah. Although community implies that we like engage with each other.
Not in the sense of like cross community interactions. It's more so like we're in our own specific community, but we don't often, nor in certain circumstances, ever interact with another conflict community for a lot of reasons. And you'll see like a lot of these websites that I mentioned don't really interact with each other that much, especially SCP and RPC, for obvious reasons. Did you know that they were also running a contest?
I saw the thing that was just like, oh, there's like a contest going on.
Mhm.
And I was just like, cool. Time to go back to Red Dead 2.
Okay. So
You'll notice a trend here with my sort of idea of the society.
yeah, I'd imagine so. But basically, a rundown is that they're running a contest centered around the idea of statues, or a theme of it. It was more so. Well, don't quote me on this. It was more from my personal experience. I think it was more so a commemoration of, like, SCP-173 statues and all that stuff that started the genre of the conflict communities here and there. And there is a reward for $250.
I mean, you could at least buy a Snickers with that. Like,
A Snickers? What?
you never had a Snickers bar?
For 200 quid? What?
Well, it's like a bit. You could at least buy one Snickers with that. It's not an untrue statement.
But why would you want to buy a Snickers bar for 200 quid, though?
Well, I'm not saying you're buying one Snickers bar for 250.
I mean, if you're saying, if you said in the sentence of like a crate of Snickers for 200, then that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But for a
Well,
single bar, that would imply that you're willing to like spend a buttload of money just for one useless item that's worthless.
It depends on how hungry I am and how good the Snickers bar is. If it's like fresh off the presses and it's been like 2 weeks since I've eaten anything,
What do you mean?
then I probably would spend
What do you mean if it? What do you mean if? Sorry. What do you mean if, quote unquote, if it's a good Snickers bar? The quality is all the goddamn same.
Now, see, that tells me you haven't eaten enough Snickers bars, right?
I don't eat Snickers bar nor any sort of candy.
Yeah, see, this is where the holes in your story start showing up.
What do you mean holes in my story? I as an individual have falsified my identity just so like to blend in or whatever.
Yes, see, right.
I mean, you don't even exactly know who I am. All you know is that I am your co-writer, co-worker in the RPC community / in this podcast, who's also known as Dr. Pierson. who also is into cereal milks.
Right, yeah, and you're a fucking heathen for that. But that's a story for another time, right? See, a Snickers bar hot off the presses is different than a Snickers bar that's like sitting in a convenience store
Have
for like
you
a year.
ever had a Snickers bar that came out of the machine?
Yes, I have, and it was fucking great.
How? Tell me.
It's a different experience. It's exquisite, right? It's like it's the same difference between like the
But
$5
no.
sushi gas station.
I'm asking how did you even obtain one when, like, once it's put in a box, goes into a truck or plane. It takes like a while to get to its destination, and by then it would be less warm and less quality. As I would say.
Well, you see, you're implying that I've never been to like the fucking Snickers bar like assembly plant or like factory or whatever the fuck.
You had a tour before?
Yeah, like it was actually kind of fucking awesome. It was.
Did you have to pay though?
I did not have to pay for the Snickers bar.
No, for a tour, I mean.
Oh yes, I did for that. But
how much was it?
Probably a little too much for the Snickers bar, but the rest of the tour was pretty cool too.
No, the tour. I mean, like, how much did the tour cost you?
How much did it cost me? Oh, and my mom paid for it, and it was like years
Aw.
ago, so I don't know.
Mama's boy.
Shut up. Listen, did your mom give you a hot off the presses Snickers bar?
No, she never gives you candy because I told her to never give you candy.
See, that means you're in a fucking you don't really love your mother. And
No,
I am
it's
better
not
than
even
you.
that. It's not even that
It is-
actually. But
it is
also,
that.
it is also that.
Let's move on.
Jesus Christ.
We've been on this for a little too long.
Broader Horizons contest.
Yeah, Broader Horizons. Yeah. Back to relevant subjects.
So, what is Broader Horizons? I'm sorry, this is the first time hearing about it.
Nice. The Broader Horizons contest was a contest hosted by RPC, where the whole idea was instead of trying to make new things like new GOIs, new AOIs, it was like broaden the horizons of the existing GOIs.
Oh,
So
I remember this now. I just didn't
Yeah.
bother to participate. I forgot.
neither did I. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna lie. This entire section was betting on you knowing more than I did.
I actually do now. Since I went to the page now, I was like, this one. Okay, I remember now. I bet.
Yeah. So did you think that the contest achieved its goals?
Is that a question whether I answer it depends on how many contributed, or it's more so the fact on the quality of contribution? Do you want me to answer in that way?
I think a little bit of both.
I personally think that it's a bit balanced because of that. Because personally, I like 2 articles here in the submission section that really made it seem nice.
And what were those articles?
Oh, sorry. ACI assessment of the Roman papacy and Charleston E. Cook. And I think RPC 880 as well as Lepidopter.
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 Lepidoptera.
Lepidopter. Lepidopter. Lepidopter.
Lepers.
RPC 619 basically.
Wait, do you like Charleston E. Cook because it uses your identification badges?
No, that's outlandishly stupid to think that I would only like an article because it has some of my works involved in it. Antdemon. That's a very selfish thing to say. Yeah, my sarcasm department is not tuned correctly today.
So I like to think you didn't even read it. You just like saw that it had your fucking on it.
I'm not even joking.
Instant 5-star.
Well, it's kind of half true actually, but the other reason why I liked it is because of the content involved.
You hear that, audience? If you want Dr. Pierson to rate your article 5 stars, just like throw a security badge on there somewhere.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though. If you dare, audience, listen. If you fucking dare put a security badge on it, but the content is so shit, I'll give you no stars.
Like, you know that one, like, fucking Seto Kaiba gif of, like, him, like, throwing the card? Like, just do that for the security badges. Boom, instant Pierson 5-star.
Yeah, like if it's a content that I will fucking enjoy and you include something, that's nice. I'll like you. Also, this was written by TTPY, so this is why I also loved it, because his quality works are sometimes nice.
Favoritism?
It's not favoritism. It's more so populism. Populism. I mean,
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. But Pierson is a left-wing populist.
no.
He wants to subvert the country.
So another reason why I liked it is because the content is centered around a Presidium member, which I love. For the second one, the other one I love basically is the ACI assessment of the Roman papacy, and you wanna know why?
Why?
Lore.
Lore, yes,
It's
of course.
heavy lore right here, and I fucking fell in love with it.
Holy shit, the amount of footnotes.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what. This is what I love, baby. The footnote lore section.
Fucking sovereign, chill.
I mean, it's sovereign. Once he starts working on shit, he'll never stop.
Yeah.
It basically talks about the Holy See and how it basically is in the RPC universe to some degree, history, and yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if we ever talked about this in the previous episode, but the Pope was basically our SCP administrator.
Yeah, and I told you to make the title super clickbait, and you didn't do it.
Well, I haven't even uploaded episode 2 yet. That's the thing.
Like I remember like telling you to name it something like it's the Pope's fault that RPC doesn't have SCP's administrator. So that like you get all the fucking tag words in there like in one go.
You know what? Once I start rendering episode 2 and upload it maybe today or tomorrow, I will fucking actually put that title. SC is the Pope.
It's the Pope's fault
The
that
Pope.
RPC doesn't have the SCP's administrator.
Fault that
Yeah.
we became SCP copycat. Just blame it on the fucking religious figurehead. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But that's called. Yeah, one thing I did want to mention is how the turnout for the contests and their writings seem to be like very stagnant. Like this contest had 8 submissions. Last contest, New Frontiers, had 9.
Wait, hold on. Do we had a new AOI? Oh, I didn't know that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Where? Who? What?
Okay, so I was going through the ACI assessment of the Roman PPC just right now, and there's a link to a new AOI.
Which one?
It's called the Vatican Secretariat of Supernatural Primacy. Basically,
Isn't that one that already exists and was just reworked?
it's previously was AEP, but it was renamed, and now basically became the Vatican's AOI. Oh, actually, we should talk about this. Ooh, I love this.
I didn't fucking do any research on this. I'm so unprepared. Fucking Pierson senpai, no.
The Vatican Secretariat of Supernatural Primacy, or the Primacy, is a containment agency of the Vatican city-state established in response to the Papal Authoritas Imperator declaring independence from the Roman Catholic.
The Vatican Primacy is part of the Vatican?
Okay, so according to this was created as a result that the authority basically became its own thing away from the church. Which I'm not even surprised, because I would honestly assume that the Vatican would react like this anyway once the authority became its own thing.
Also, can I ask, why do we still have the fucking veiled tag on attributes? There's not a single GOI or AOI that is veiled.
Veiled?
Why?
What do you mean?
Because there's 2 attributes, unveiled and veiled. And one of them is like you're aware of the anomalous. One of them is that you're not aware of the anomalous. Like, why is veiled and unveiled a thing? Surely the natural supposition is that they are unveiled. Otherwise, the authority wouldn't give a shit about them.
I think it's more of the case that they are. Well, how do I put this in context? I think the idea of unveiled veiled, was it? Which one is it? Veiled.
Veiled
Okay.
and unveiled.
Veiled is basically unaware, and unveiled is aware. Okay, so for in the case of Veiled, I think it's more so of a case that an AOI knows about the anomalous, but they have different interpretations of what anomalies are. No, wait, that doesn't make sense, actually. What the fuck?
I was about to say, because that would just mean that they're unveiled because they know about the anomalous.
Wait, is there even a single AOI here that's considered veiled?
There is not. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, I think this is more of a context for GOIs because it makes more sense.
Go on.
Wait, hold on. Is there any veiled ones though?
Yeah, there is not. There aren't. They're all unveiled.
Jesus Christ.
Now you see why I'm asking?
Yeah, I feel like I should like talk about this to the lore team later on after we record this.
Yeah, interrogate them.
Okay, back to the Vatican primacy. Honestly,
Yes.
I am ecstatically excited right now because this is the first time I'm hearing about this, despite the fact that I may have missed it while I was reading the
Well, don't
ACI
worry, it
assessment.
happened yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. It happened yesterday. So tracing
We never missed a recording session.
tracing their origins to an obscure precursor organization known as the Auctoritas Ecclesiastica, the Vatican primacy is committed to preserving the holy relics and sacred doctrines of the faith and defending the Roman papacy from the supernatural threats. This is literally Vatican Section 13 from Helsing, to put it to a degree. You've seen Helsing, right?
Yes.
And you know about Vatican Section 13.
Huh? What the fuck?
What?
How? What?
What's wrong?
009 is considered part of this new primacy because it was just the AEP but reworked, right?
Wait, what's RPC 009 again?
The Lich Pope.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
This defensive and warlike mentality resulted in numerous clashes with the agency. However, since the Second Vatican Council, the primacy has moderated its aggressive behavior and now cooperates with the authority and, my favorite agency, the United Nations Anomalous Activities Committee on a case-by-case basis.
You can make an entire alphabet soup out of that.
Some people like myself often say UNAAC or UNAC.
Yeah.
What do you say, UNAAC or UNAC?
I tend to do UNAAC.
Yeah, because it's sexier.
Not as sexy as me.
This state of affairs is not likely to last. Recently, a rise in religious fanaticism has been observed among VSSP operatives, reflecting changing mentalities in the Catholic Church proper. Ideas that were once French in Catholic thought, such as declaring a new crusade, restoring the Christianized Roman Empire, or calling for a Third Vatican Council, are now gaining wide support within the agency. With over 1 billion Catholics worldwide, if the primacy were to fall through any of these objectives, they would present a significant threat to the Veil. Yeah.
Certified SpaghettiOs moment.
Oh wow, I really like the hub for this fucking agency.
Oh, absolutely. The hub looks gorgeous.
It's so religious.
I fucking love the background and you see the stained glass at the banner.
Oh, that is amazing. Whoever
genuine.
I have a weird feeling Qual made this, which he did an outstanding job.
I forget who made this, but holy shit, it looks fucking awesome.
There's only like 2 RPC entries and 2 documents. One of which is just a hub format. I mean, it's not too bad, but hey, at least it's there's a fucking history section. Holy shit. Oh my god, you need to check.
How about let's
no. Head over to Event Index in the writer resources. It looks amazing.
Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about this more in depth next recording session because I haven't read at all about this new shit. Oh my god, this is fucking fantastic.
The authority failsafe detonation of 2019. They mentioned failsafe here. Oh my god.
But let's hold off on this until I actually read this shit.
Oh.
So that we know what we're talking about. Next session, trust me, which will be tomorrow.
But we have things to do. But no, come on.
Hold back, Pierson.
Motherfucker!
Easy boy. Easy.
I will fucking strangle someone today, I swear to God.
The next session, just chill. Easy boy.
Okay. Oh, Nazis.
I need to put a fucking leash on you.
I'm a fucking dog.
Yeah. Broader Horizons stagnating submission turnout because New Frontiers had 9 submissions, Broader Horizons had 8. Do you think that this trend will continue, or do you think it will become worse, or will it become better?
It's more okay. So this okay. Hello, hi English. Hi, Dr. Pierson's department. Speak English properly. Okay, so basically, there is a pattern when it comes to contest launched by the RPC staff, right? So the pattern is usually that a lot more people contribute when it's an in universe event versus it being a contest. That's something, you know. Like you can see
That's something.
yeah, that doesn't exactly impact the lore or the story, or isn't exactly a story to begin with. It's a case of an event, yeah, writing an event in universe. Like you'll see in like Failsafe and Car Aceling and excuse me,
Budget cuts.
budget cuts was a big fucking deal. Like there were so many fucking people contributing for it, and it was insane. Like it was the biggest event in my opinion. That
Yes.
it had. Okay, let me just hear. 20 contributing authors and 29 writing submissions, versus like what, 8 people and 8 articles. That again is a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. That is a true statement.
So yeah, writing
But,
writing authority events have a huge participation versus like regular contests that like are
around the theme rather than
a story. Yeah, basically.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you think that if the staff were to do more like story events, like things that happen in the universe,
no.
there'd be a better turnout.
I personally
No?
think
Oh, okay.
no, because one reason, oversaturation. If you give the community less and less, like in the span of a few months, you basically prep people for the next contest, and basically within this time frame, you allow people to choose what's the next contest, and overwhelmingly a lot of these people do tend to choose the next contest and so forth, which we've seen time and time again from Car Aceling, Budget Cuts, some Vesuvia, and now Frontier, the new Frontier. Yeah.
Every time I hear the contest title New Frontier, I can't help but think of that one show that airs in the States, Alaska: The Last Frontier.
Alaska Frontier, or no,
Alaska
Alaska State.
Last Frontier.
No, it was Alaska State Troopers. Yes, that was a show
Yeah.
that.
But yeah. So yeah, you think that they should like hold off on this? So like, do you think that these themed contests are without merit, or just you're chill with them?
I'm kind of very chill about like whatever contest it is, unless it piques my interest as an individual. Everyone else's has like a different personal taste to what a contest is and what contest should be. But for me, I don't mind what contest it is, as long as it is an interesting premise, theme, and most importantly, whether I have the creativity as of when the contests are around to do it. And so forth. Like that's why I said earlier that when broader horizons came around a few months ago, or sorry, yesterday,
Yep.
I didn't had like time or anything. I had things to do IRL, and yeah, it was just like an unfortunate timing for me just to not get involved, despite the fact that I said in the server, oh hey, I'll work on something, and it never did. What's Qual's pet project, Canon?
Oh, you saw that? Okay, so we're out of shit to talk about. Great.
No, not really.
So
we're at like 48 minutes. Oh, actually, we are running out of time. We
Okay.
usually do this an hour long anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we'll talk about Cole's pet project canon for now. For last to pad out the time. Cole's pet project canon is currently under development, so everything we say may not even be relevant by the time like he moves forward with the project.
Wait, but what is this? This is the first time hearing about it right now.
Okay, so Qual, I was poking around the lore server, minding other people's business and poking around into things
As
that aren't my
as you should
business, as I
as
tend to do.
as you should always do anyway.
Yep. And I saw Qual talk to people about his own pet project Canon. And he linked a Google Doc which I read through.
Do you still have the
Um,
link?
I am pulling it up right now.
Okay.
The general pitch of the canon is that it's like RPC superheroes almost. Well, the authority's in a bad shape in this canon, but
Ooh.
it's like a cape shit canon. Yeah,
Okay, Ellie is boy protagonist. A quiet weeping sound is a cape
yeah,
shift. Ooh, cape shift. Cape shit canon.
yeah,
What?
yeah,
He literally calls it cape shit?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Set in 2003. The bulk of the canon is set in New Haven City, Oregon, and Portland. New Haven City, Oregon, and Portland, Ohio. Whereas RCPA shows an authority in full control, and Remnant shows the authority in lost control. A quiet weeping sound shows the world moving past the authority. Metahumans and magic are quickly embedding themselves into the world once again. Lycopathy, eugenic policies cause a whole urban fantasy civil right thing and not really important, nor does anyone care about it. The world's held at a knife edge where humanity is unshackled by scheming men in smoky black rooms, but society's existence is a daily gamble.
So basically a masquerade scenario.
Yeah, like a broken masquerade scenario.
Okay.
Uh,
After centuries of being at the forefront of Anom's containment, a string of containment failures and meta-human disasters caused the authority to be revealed to the public. Oh, of fucking course. It's literally a broken masquerade scenario. But I wonder how Qual is gonna shape it to be in our website. A 30-year war would be declared on the organization by all sides, governmental and independent, human and metahuman, communist and capitalist. Wait, when does this take place again? 2003?
yeah,
That's kind of
not
weird.
sure how the communists got brought back, but
Communist capitalism. Yeah, this is more of a Cold War era thing. I don't know how it's... Okay. Most world governments, their para-agencies, will blame their fuck-ups on the authority. Contradictorily so. The lies couldn't sustain themselves forever, but they didn't need to. They just needed an out for public anger. The war for global independence, the metahuman revolution, call it what you want. Their fight was valiant, clean with surgical precision, funding their operation by any means. But eventually they caved in. By 1991, the authorities' final gambit. Oh, okay. So the lore section is talking about before 2003, before it takes place at the present of the canon, basically. So yeah, it was communism it was Cold War era-esque.
yeah.
The intern GD War planned to create a demigod type being able to rewrite the narrative of the universe itself and to reset the timeline. What? They had a metahuman rewrite a reality bender, even rewrite the entire timeline. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just a little bit wild.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the wild nature of canons, but this one takes cocaine to the next level. Why did I say cocaine? But whatever.
A little bit of cocaine never hurt anyone.
Actually, it has, sadly. What follows in a series of trials similar to Nuremberg, where multiple personnel are killed. The setting takes place between two cities. The authority is divided among governments. Public executions are televised. What the fuck? Some go underground, some join their governments.
Yeah, shit's wild, right?
It's so fucking wild, man. Malthusian transhumanism is at the forefront. The world of tomorrow isn't some sleeky society, but a metahuman paradise beyond ending world hunger, and yet authority dogma grinds back against this socially. Governments are useless, carved out by corporations and scrambling to provide some social wealth. The Cold War is still on, defeating the authority taking center stage as the USSR makes a slight comeback. The U.S. government is literally the United States of evil. Reagan marries Thatcher to become a... What the fuck is this section?
Yeah, right? Yeah,
Margaret
right?
Thatcher marries Ronald Reagan?
He starts losing a little bit of coherency here.
I'm so Governor Epstein, oh my god.
Yeah, no, shit gets a little fucking wild here.
I don't know if I should include this in the podcast, honestly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, don't include that specific part, but It included us talking about the canon. The setting is fucking insane. Like absolute bonkers.
The moon landing is a joint effort, as JFK is never assassinated. Oh yeah, that's actually a true story, actually. I actually love how Qual included this now. So, JFK, right before he was assassinated, gave a speech to Congress about a joint mission with the Soviets, and after he died, it never happened. But, man, props to Qual for mentioning this, actually. This is amazing.
Yeah. It's kind of fucking wild, yeah.
Oh, there's a faction section.
Yeah, it's an interesting setting. Last I heard, he was going to drop the more cape shit things and be more urban fantasy.
Oh my god, the Avengers, JLA of this world. What the fuck?
Yeah, Justice League of America.
Something. Justice League Association? Yeah. Okay, so the authorities...
Well, the JLA is like an actual thing in DC Comics. It's the Justice League of America.
Yeah, whatever. Corporate groups of superheroes, still not internationally recognized but more established, owned by Gear. HQ is in a floating meteor above Earth. This is ridiculous. This is
absolutely
ridiculous.
Bonkers, yeah.
The more oh my god. The United Nations Tactical Occult Service? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, shit is genuinely fucking wild.
Executive Council of Mistress Columbia, the highest authority on superhuman affairs within the United States, the closest thing to an authority. Oh my god, my sanity is oh no. Thank God I won't be including this in because it's just bad. Whatever, moving on.
Okay, then there's other shit we could also talk about as well in the notes.
We're gonna pretend.
Corn God's cake knife article.
Oh yeah, the cake knife article. It's very delicious. In a sense of like the quality, but also it's very tasty.
Okay, see, I thought you were making a pun, and I was like...
It was a pun, technically.
Very close to killing you.
I mean, I killed the person with the cake knife, after all.
Shut up. Besides, even if you turn someone to cake, it doesn't kill them. Like, the fucking guy was still alive.
I know that, but that's not my problem. So, RPC 536, as it's called. And the image is actually very nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I'm gonna assume it's actually
the image is very nice.
I'm gonna assume it's not an actual. It's not an actual person. It's an actual cake that someone made.
I do believe that the image is CC compliant, as far as I know. So no issues there.
So, register phenomena code 536. Previous designation L0536. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know. Well, it's not a matter of I didn't know. It's a matter of like, oh, I didn't know you can also do this as a concept. Turning an LAO into an actual article.
Yeah, no, it is interesting play.
Wait, why is it purple again, actually? Hold on.
You'll read the article and you'll find out, you fucking dingleberry.
Well, here's the thing, though. When I said I loved it and it was very tasty, I didn't actually read the entire thing. When I heard...
Oh, I read it. I read the whole thing. You hear that, Corn God? You should like me more than Pierson, because I read your article.
It's not not... Listen, corn dog. Listen, just because...
Corn God.
Corn God.
He's not a dog.
Oopsie. Listen, just because someone just read your article doesn't mean they're not famous. I'm the one who's famous already.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're playing that game, are we?
Yeah,
anyway,
I have that card, man.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking the article. I quite enjoyed it, and I read the whole thing, unlike a certain someone I can name.
Let me guess. Let me guess. This is an Amazing Co article.
It is. It's an Amazing Co article. Amazing Co is so easy to write for because there's so little consistency.
It's not about the consistency. It's more so the fact that they are a knockoff company that can potentially make anything anomalous. To put it that way.
Yeah.
which is what makes them so interesting. The confectionaries concocted by RPC 536 are not anomalous and superficially display no obvious signs of transitionary stress or disfigurement. Ooh, nice wording. It's very clinical.
Yeah, right.
Goddamn clinical. I'm giving this a 5. Boop. Yes. Yes. Another fact about Dr. Pierson is that he will like your article if it's super clinical. No matter
fact about Pierson, he's a bitch.
no matter how complicated the sentencing is, because, like, you know, professionalism. We gotta maintain professionalism. Oh, look, Ant. He's using an emoji for the collapsible, just like me.
Shut up.
I love it how you say, oh, I love this article, but also yesterday you also said about, like, oh, I hate emojis being used in collapsibles.
Listen, right? This is the exception and not the rule.
The
right?
exception. There's no such thing as exception, because once there's exceptions, you violate your own principles already.
Now, listen, right? It's okay when I violate my principles.
But it's not for me.
Yeah, like if someone else violates their principles, that's a bad thing. But I can violate my principles all I want.
Yeah, you are very tyrannical. You're such a tyrannical person. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are your thoughts on the format? Because their format is unique. Like, look at the headers for containment protocols, description, discovery, and so forth. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I quite like the concept of the lesser anomaly becoming a full article once an incident like justifies a more sort of in-depth containment protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember we talked about this off mic in a call about the lizards, right? And like you at one point asked why the lizards weren't just a lesser anomaly, and I pointed out how the containment protocols were a little more involved than what would be involved in lesser anomaly.
Yeah, I guess you kind of opened my eyes about that. Lesser anomalies are only the case when they're dangerous.
You can throw it in a box and call it a day.
Yeah, it's more so dependent on their behavior and containment, as opposed to, like, oh, leave it in a box because it's not gonna act like it's gonna be a bitch all day, you know. Yeah, looking at the containment protocols, you can immediately see a revisions of 3 iterations of the CP, and then followed by the current type of protocol where it states personnel are prohibited from responding to any advertisement or commercial material, and previously those ranging from RPC redacted, which showcases RPC 536 and so forth.
Yeah. I was never really a fan of RPC redacteds, but you know, it's fine.
RPC. I think it's only there for the case of, like, if you want a reference to another RPC, but it doesn't exactly exist, but you kind of want to. It makes sense. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, but I was just never a fan. I was never a fan of redactions in general.
Jesus, man, really?
I think my second article had 0 redactions in it because I just don't like them. I stated exact times of days and even locations.
Redactions is more so preference, but also aesthetics, or, like, you know, if you just don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, if you just don't want to break like lore specific details,
Yeah.
So just redact.
Although my biggest pet peeve with articles though is when there's an unnecessary redaction.
I'm pretty sure we talked about
like,
this, and I've already mentioned it in the writing writing guide. Sorry.
Yeah, I despise unnecessary redactions, but
what do you consider
unnecessary
redactions in your own opinion, actually?
If you were to unredact it and it would change nothing significant about the article or the information presented, then it's unnecessary.
Okay.
Like for example, right? Let me pull up RPC 205, which is an article that Snoop wrote. Also happened to win CC this week, which I did not realize until just now. Which makes it very easy to click to it.
205. Okay. Who wrote this?
Yeah,
actually?
It was Snoop. Snoop wrote this.
Snoop.
Yes. Shout out to Snoop, he's my boy. And
he's okay.
At one point in the article, if you look at the anomalous properties, you'll notice the third to last bullet point is like it regenerates in 1.25 seconds.
Yeah.
Like if you cause damage to it, it reverts in about 1.25 seconds. In the original draft, that was actually redacted, and I pointed out specifically out to him, and I pointed out like if you unredacted this, it would change absolutely nothing about the article at all. Why is it redacted? And so he unredacted it.
Wait, hold on. Like the entire paragraph was a black bar.
No, just 1.25 seconds. So it was just blank seconds. And I pointed out to him, just like, if you unredacted the number of seconds it took, nothing of the article would change. Why is it redacted?
It's more so, I think the reason why he originally redacted it in his mind, I think it was because of, like, realistically, we couldn't fathom, like, the amount of seconds it would actually take to, or dare I say, conceive the idea of how long it would take to put it in seconds. Like, we could say instantaneously, but if we want to be clinical here, how would you put that in numbers? So redactions would.
Yeah, I get that, but like he did, so like it clearly was possible.
Yeah. Plus, what you told him was more so a preference of opinion, not an actual. Hey, you should do this. It's kind of.
Yeah, it was a preference of opinion. It was a preference of opinion, and my opinion is fuck redactions.
And yet,
and it's the right opinion.
And then Snoop suddenly just agreed with you. How fucking dare he?
Yeah, right. What a fucking bro. Snoop is my boy.
Okay. He uses a lot of redactions here, which I'm surprised you haven't shit on.
I did at one point.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. He did not escape my wrath forever.
How to incentivize white names to actually write. How to incentivize.
Yeah.
It really depends on the type of white. I mean, it really depends on the type of user you just join. I wasn't totally about to say Ed.
Keep going.
No. I already said it. So I think I think it really depends on the I think it really depends on the user's the type of user. There you go. The type of user when they fuck off when they come in the server, and so forth. Like, are they going? Like, do they express interest to contribute? Do they express interest to contribute in a different way rather than articles, like a video, like me, like Zachary, and so forth, or they're just here to shitpost, which. The latter, I am super against, because at this point, I'm done with any person just joining in for the politics, for the shitpost. Like, at this point, you need to get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Like, we're a community that's just trying to contribute. And the last thing me personally, and I'm just saying this for myself, that we need is a person who just comes in and does nothing. Like, sorry. Like, that's just me, though.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna write this down to the YouTube police. Pierson showing extremist viewpoint.
It's not even extremist. It's more
bad influence on children.
Why do
demonetize?
No. You know what's funny? You know what's funny, right? That specific sentence, you've taken it from Soviet Womble.
Yeah. Bad influence on children? No, but like demonetized videos, that's me.
Of course, okay, of course.
Because one was almost streaming. But yeah, anyway, fucking, I do think that white names. I remember one time Blairin put a couple people in like a white name gulag, like a non-con gulag, until they.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, it was like a couple people who were like non-cons for like literal years. It was like Bath and like a couple other people.
Like I think I understand the level of hatred towards white names, because I think they're new people. They're the type of people who it depends. Well, it varies from person to person, but they don't often express their what to do here and so forth. And yeah, I think white people, white. New users, Jesus Christ, new users, I think they need to express like more of the interest of the website rather than just outright joining in to see what the melodrama is all about. Because I know for a fact there's like a lot of people who are here for the melodrama or whatever to annoy us people. Like for example, Mayo Hot Dogs, who's literally just here to annoy people. And yeah, and I still think off topic should be got rid of, or politics.
Yeah, I don't, simply because it's a containment channel.
A containment channel.
Like it contains all that shit to other places, because like I know for a fact that if we got rid of off topic, it would just bleed out into RPC Gen.
No, or just make a server for it. But then again, people are just like, no. Okay, then if that's what you want,
Yeah.
that's your fault. The age limit on the RPC Discord being increased. Yes, I'm in
To
for it.
18 years of age.
Makes sense. Well,
I'm in for it as well.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, the only reason why I'm supporting for it is because the level of shit going around the server, and that also it doesn't affect the site.
Yeah, of certain recent events that we will not discuss.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
Wait, was it because one of the users and RPC users were doing something inappropriate, quote unquote, with another user?
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
What?
I'm all for the age limit increase.
But you're not answering my question.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, dick. I just said wasn't the recent event concerning the fact that one of the other RPC users were doing something inappropriate with another user in the server?
Yes. Very many things they were doing inappropriate with another user.
Of course.
Yeah, and so we increased the age limit as a result of that.
Or we could have just controlled the server a bit more, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think comparing to like SCP's age increase in the website, they did terribly wrong, in my opinion. Well, that's the only reason I'm saying that is because of events concerning the staff involved in a lot of shit, and I'm just like,
yeah.
But, okay, so
I think the main difference there is that was like SCP was staff doing it. This was RPC, it was just users.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking right now? It's kind of weird that they're upping the age for the website, but the only reason they're doing that is because the staff were implicated for such behavior.
For doing certain behaviors, which we will not discuss for legal reasons.
Was it like pedophile or something, or whatever it is? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yikes.
This...
Yeah. Anywho. Let's talk about the. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, so like I am all for the whole sort of how you say.
I feel like we should. I feel like the server should have done more than just up the limit of the age, but also I feel like we could have restricted off topic.
We already banned the users responsible. Like they've been banned.
Well, it's not even that. I feel like we should do more, like restrict off topic a bit at least.
Like I mean, like off topic by its very nature, and by the principles that the site was founded, is unmaintained for the most part. Like there are limits to it. It's not the fucking Wild West. It's not a lawless wasteland.
It sort of is when you think about it sometimes.
Yeah, but like mods do like frequent there. They sort of like off topic toes the line like very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
But like mods are there and they will like shut shit down.
Right.
Yeah. Like the real sort of big issue is was already dealt with. The problem players were banned, and then we took a preventative measure. Younger users who were already in the server before the thing happened, before the age was upped, is that they were grandfathered in.
All right, that's sort of dealt with, thank God.
Yeah. So like, but ultimately, I am kind of all for the age limit be upgraded, because like as much as like a lot of young kids will like sort of insist that they are like mature enough to deal with the subject matters, like if I fucking have a discussion with someone, like if I'm like discussing like writing techniques and then they bust out with like Twitter's latest meme, like I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm sorry, like.
That's fair.
It's honestly become a little too commonplace now. It's just more like it's
Compared.
just like it's like, oh, a fucking scandal happened in SCP. All right.
Well, here's the thing about scandals in SCP communities is that most of them are unheard of to the general audience. They're only well known within behind the scenes of like Twitter and forum chats, which is kind of
Yeah.
insane, or dare I say, kind of weird. Well, not weird. It's more so, wow, this is just scary, honestly, that such scandalous behaviors are not exactly even known to the general rider. Or like people like Markiplier, MatPat, and so forth. Like, they don't even know these kind of things happened. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Like, would you believe that if, let's say, Markiplier, MatPat, and well-known YouTubers of SCP and so forth knew about this, would you think they would distance themselves from this sort of community?
Well, I think Markiplier even admitted that like all he really does is just he just reads the articles there, and then like that's it. Anyone who's exposed to just the articles is of course not going to know about the deeper involvement of other people in certain activities.
Okay, that is very understandable, honestly. Yeah, if you don't really care about the drama that goes on in the background, okay, that's understandable. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like people should at least be informative of what goes on behind the scenes because it does impact the website. Like in the case of like the SCP staff who were implicated in like in a scandalous behavior that involved
Certain activities.
certain activities that
There is a message.
Yeah.
what was that video?
Ignore that. It wasn't a
That
video. It was my notification sound.
yeah, that was that have that how do I put this? That resulted in the website upping its 18 plus age to what it is now, which is insane. And yeah,
Yeah, like
I think people should be very informed of what goes on behind the backgrounds because it does indeed impact how the site is being maintained and overall how content is being produced.
uh, yeah, it's just when the staff purposefully keep it under wraps, though, it's hard to sort of, you know, be out there without like going out of your way to start shit, essentially.
Yeah, and then it ends up in wiki farms and it just
Yeah,
stays there.
and then it ends up at Kiwi Farms, and then it's just like, but like still, the general audience is very unaware of the certain going on because it's never discussed. It's like fucking Cthulhu. You don't discuss it, otherwise you go insane. Like,
or like people think you're a conspiracy. Well, it's not even you're a conspiracy nut. It's more so it's kind of a weird thing because like whenever
well, there
no,
there is a conspiracy going on though, so
it is sadly,
it is.
but here's the thing though. It's more so a case that every person in the Confic community who are in the behind the scenes talking about these things know about it, but it's not a matter of like they refuse to talk about it. It's a matter of like of a problem that's not theirs, you know, because we at RPC here, we don't care what SCP's problems are. But at the same time, it would be funnier because SCP would most likely care what problems RPC has, just to like expose them and berate them to get rid of them. You want to talk about the new MST in the MST registry?
The one you drew the castle for?
No, what are you talking about?
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well,
the new
since you didn't
MST,
draw it,
the new MST
it's
between
the
Alpha 1 and Echo
the
8.
drawing's so garbage, wouldn't you agree, Pierson? Like
It's not actually. It's symbolic. It's symbolic to the unit that's for this.
Now, if you had to hazard a guess as to what the artist was thinking when they drew it, what would you say? 'Cause, clearly.
It was okay. So you'll see here a fortress that's on top of a hill, signifying like secrecy and so forth. And then there's a huge lock there, signifying secrecy and so forth. But yes, so it makes sense.
All right.
Yes.
And now this is clearly you could glean all this just by looking at it. And Pierson did not draw the fortress on the hill.
Believe it or not, this was created back in 2018.
Yeah, I could hazard that.
This was originally supposed to be posted back in 2018, but it was like under hiatus so much. But yeah, MST is good. It makes sense, and it's a very important task force within the authority.
It is how do you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Quite nice that we're actually working the MSTs instead of having a giant fuck off table.
Fuck off table.
Like, you know, the big table of all the
Yeah,
all the MSTs.
yeah, the list of all MSTs it's been reworked because of reasons. There's now two new sections: GOI specific MSTs and ACI strategic assets, which I love. Are you tired?
No, it's not that. I was just looking at the list again, the giant fuck off list of all the It's just so big. Why is there so many? And why
But
so many of them do the same thing?
not really. There's not that many that do the same thing.
Yeah, and then there's one that's dedicated to like a single RPC.
Those are an exception to honestly.
It's just a bit annoying, and it's just a bit like overdone, isn't it? Like, it's just
No. It's not overdone, man. No.
because like it's more just like how fucking many MSTs do we need?
Well, we never
Isn't this supposed to be like a secret organization?
we never set a limit on how
How
many
the fuck
MSTs
is
can
supposed to
there
be how the fuck is supposed to be secret with a variable like army at your beck and call?
I mean, the authority has an army though, technically.
Yeah, they do, but like Jesus fuck, you need to hide it, don't you?
Yeah, like we have secret bases all over the world. It's fine. Even like some of the code names, actually, it's amazing. Angels of Eden, Scavengers, Void Raiders, Thor's Hammer, Siberian Tigers, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Firefighters.
Yeah, that's just a song reference.
Countryside Hypocrites, The Keepers, Oligarchars, whatever. Le Infantry.
Yeah, like are you fucking insane? Like why is there so many?
Plague Doctors, Securities, Charlie's Anglers, Sleeping Sirens, Dreaded Out, Highlanders, Squirrel on a Stick, Hammer the Gamma, Dumpster Divers, Green Health, Berserkers, Sophists, Kudzu Killers, Sundowners, Mechanical Heart, The Escapists, Peter Parker's, that's funny, Through God's Eyes,
Yeah.
Space Force, Lab Rats, Backwater Filters, Toy Soldiers, The Bastards, The Survivalists, Beaker Breakers, War Criminals, Cowabunga, Cowabunga, Patrols the Galaba. Yeah, Tango 6 Cowabunga is just a specific MST fighting Church of Malta's activity.
Yeah.
Wolfpack. Carcass, Prey, Web Nerds, Suited Gentlemen, Eye from the Sky, Analoofers, and that's it.
Kind of fucking wild how fucking many there are.
But not in a good way, though. Not in a bad way. Like, look at
No,
how...
not in a good way. There's too many.
But
There's too many.
But look...
And so what it leads to is just people making
no.
their own for their own articles rather than using a pre-existing with so many to choose from.
But
And so the problem gets worse.
But here's the thing, though. At least it's not like the previous one, that the old version of this, at least, you know?
Yeah, it used to be worse, but like just because it used to be worse doesn't mean it's good now. It's like, oh, I have a piece of bread when I was starving before. Clearly, this is the peak of culinary cuisine. No, that's not how that works. Just because it was worse before doesn't mean it's as good as it could be now.
It actually is good as now, because there were hundreds of MSTs before, but now all of these were like specific to specializations, but also to a few specific articles, but not that many. So the reorganization of this new MST page was in the hopes of it being like discouraging new MSTs. Hence why there's a notice, as you can see at the top, if you have eyes. Ant.
I don't. I lost them in the war.
Yeah, man, that's fucked up. But yeah,
Yep.
Look at the very top of the list of all MSTs that has a red notice sign.
Uh,
Yeah, see? So yeah, it stops people from making new shit.
There used to be so many.
Oh yeah, there used to be.
There used to be there was so many. It was just holy shit. There used to be so many. Like me and Pierson both saw the list before. Like it was
It was
fucking wild.
you know what? One of the most funniest thing about the previous one was that me and Anchor made it. That's right, Ad. You're looking at the creator. Oh god.
Yeah. All right. Well, there will be no next recording session because Pierson will have died.
Oh no.
Of mysterious circumstances.
Oh no. We might as well end it.
What with a death threat?
Oh yeah, no, with the death threat, yeah, I'm probably dead by then. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't see me next time, it's because I've already been buried 6 feet under, or I'm one of those deer head things that you find on top of a fireplace.
Yeah.
Dr. Antdemon's trophy.
Fucking little plaque underneath it, Das Eider.